Lewis Show. We're here to inspire you to your next level.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Juneann Lewis Show. This is your host, Juneann Lewis. And as usual, I tell you, tune in every Thursday at 2 on YouTube or JuneannGLewis.com, and you can catch our show. Well, look, today I've got a good one for you. I tell you that the premise of this particular show is not just a talk show, but we do reality TV as well. We're combining the two. It's a show with a twist. And I'm glad that you were able to join me today to be a part of this. My guest today is one of the people that I've known for over 5 to 6 years now. When I first moved here to Tampa, I met her and we were in a class together in editing and doing productions and film and that sort of thing together. But I'm going to tell you, she's one of those people that I truly admire. I was very impressed with her when I met her, and we still continue the friendship and the relationship. And I'm happy to introduce her and share the world with her today. Miss Tanny! Tanny, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Juneann, it's a pleasure being in your show.
Yes.
Since we met right away, we knew we were sisters from the motherland.
From the mother, sisters from another mother.
Yes.
And from the motherland.
Yes.
Tanny, let's get into some serious things.
Ooh.
You are two-time Panamanian queen.
Yes.
You are an ambassador.
Yes.
A cultural ambassador to Panama. You are a business owner, an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You do have Tanny D, which you have an organization which is Tanny D, where you deal with your enterprise, where you deal with models.
Yes.
And you train the young ladies to be models and elegant young ladies. But Tanny, these beautiful people would like to know a little bit more about you. You're wearing a crown. Is because Tanny is a two-time Panamanian queen for the Tampa area. And I'm going to tell you that's a big shoes to fit, because there are people that are looking every year to be a part of that. And Tanny was selected not just once, but twice.
Yeah.
Tanny, tell the people a little bit more about yourself.
Well, honestly and truly, I've always been a very quiet person. I was a very quiet kid. So my mom knew that I liked to sing and dance and do all these stuff, but I was very quiet, especially when you turn into a teenager. So my mom said, I think you might want to go to a modeling etiquette class. And I did that. I was the youngest, I was like 14, but that just gave me that confidence that I needed to go into my classroom and face my teammates. My music was always my first love. When I went to New York, I went to work in New York for a while. Right before going back home, I went to a Panamanian venue, and they approached me and they asked me if I was willing to participate. But I said, well, what do you have in for me? And he said, well, we have a sort of a scholarship, and we'll take you back to Panama for Carnival, which was like the big thing, like in Trinidad.
Right, Trinidad, Guyana, Jamaica,
Guyana,
all the
yes.
West Caribbean countries, yes.
That's
Even
like,
here, yes, in the U.S., yes.
There's Christmas and then there's Carnival. So he says college. Oh, that sounds interesting. And yes, if it's college. But then my dad's very strict, so I knew if I said yes, guess what? I had to win it. We went to the competition. I won the contest.
And this is for your singing?
I played the sax.
To play the sax, okay.
They thought I was singing, and that was the secret. That was the secret I was keeping. And everybody came out singing. I said, that's easy. Let me blow the judges their mind.
Right.
So I brought the sax and I played a song from Tony Braxton, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I got the prize. They flew me back to Panama right on the Friday before a Saturday Carnival, straight into the main stage. So whoever knew me couldn't understand what was I doing. But I was, of course, 110 pounds.
Yes.
It was such a beautiful experience because I was able to represent the Afro-Panamanian culture.
So you won?
I did.
You won? And you won under Afro-Latina?
Miss Panama, New York.
Miss Panama, New York. Yes. It's like any part here in the United States where we've got so many cultures. I want to say, when I met Tanny and I found out that she was a Panamanian queen, I thought that was spectacular. And I had the opportunity to be there when she was crowned Miss Panama on one of the occasions.
Yes.
Listen, I've got to share that with you guys.
Hi, this is Juneann Lewis with the Juneann Lewis Show. And look, and I have the privilege of meeting and speaking with the new queen of the Panamanian Society. And you're going to be the Panamanian, Tampa Panamanian.
Yes.
Right. And this is Miss Tanny D. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the Juneann Lewis Show. I want to say that this outfit is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Are we getting something from the bottom?
Oh, wow.
Because it is gorgeous. It is beautiful.
Thank you.
She is well representing today of receiving the crown for Panama.
Yes.
Now, Tanny, I know that you are a singer as well.
Yes.
Tell us a few of the songs that you have sung.
Huele bella and tres besos, which is 3 kisses. Sabes que yo nunca te puedo olvidar. Eres el hombre de mi vida. Something like that.
All right. So do you rap as well?
Yeah, I do.
You're going to definitely have to rap something for me.
Really? Wow, como lo siento que no pueda soportar estar contigo, mira otro día más, pero ese engaño ya no puede continuar. Si Tanny D, mira, ya no te aguanta más. Esos momentos que tú y yo hemos pasado en Panamá, mira el año pasado. En realidad nunca hubiese pensado que algún día me fuera de tu lado, que no tendría suficiente valor. Te has equivocado, lo siento, mi amor.
I am so happy that you were able
Oh
to
my
do that
God.
for me. Now, we're at the event tonight.
Yes.
And you are going to be receiving your crown.
Yes.
Tell me, in terms of you being the new Tampa Panama Queen, what are your roles? What are the things that they're expecting you to do?
Well, I will have to help promote the new events that they're gonna have throughout the year. Just like Marianela, I know that you met her for your last show. I'm gonna have to go and in front of the media and talk about all the good stuff that they're doing for the community and promoting the culture and embracing the other Latin countries and other cultures that are here in Florida. Not only Latin, but all the different cultures.
Okay. Are you expected to travel as well?
No. Well, I would do whatever
Whatever they ask you to do, you're going to
ask me to do. I would do it. But I'm really comfortable right now here.
So what is your anticipation? What do you look forward to this? You've allotted time out of your life to be able to do this? Because I know you're married and have children.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I do. Tanny D doesn't, but Tanisha does. The fun anecdote or about this is that this is not my first time as Panama's queen or carnival, but then the real Panama carnival, it takes a lot more. I did have to travel the first time. That's why I said no this time.
Yes.
And then you have 5 days of a lot of parading and going on TV and all that stuff in front of the lottery. And back then I was much younger, and this time around, I know because it's in the United States, it's a little bit more calmer, so they might not have me traveling, but it's still a wonderful experience and an opportunity to represent our country and our community.
Fantastic. And I am with the current queen,
Maria Nella Bisuetti.
all right, and tonight she will be passing on her crown. And also I'm with the ambassador,
Kenya Garcia.
okay, and I'm with the queen that's going to be crowned tonight also, and it's you for the young people.
Isabela Garcia.
Okay. All right. And look, you guys are all here tonight, and you're here at this current event. And this is a major chapter because for you, this is your first time having a crown.
I'm very anxious today. When I'm there, I will be respectful to other people. They're looking at me, and I will be excited for them.
Okay, fantastic. How old are you?
15.
You're 15. Oh, wow. So this is big responsibilities for you. Okay. So you're going to have to be an ambassador in school as well.
Yes.
Okay. Because you're going to have to represent Panama all the time, right?
Yes, I will be representing Panama all the time.
Yes, okay, well, good. Well, congratulations to you, yes. And now let me speak to the ambassador. I'm assuming you're her mother? Yes, okay. Your name gave it away, okay. Tell me as a mom, how do you feel about your daughter taking on this responsibility?
Ve- Muy contenta por la ocasión. Very happy for the occasion.
Very happy for her. Okay, great. And for you, Marinella, it's your time has come. And tell me what's your feeling about this handing over your crown, and did you enjoy your responsibilities?
I did. I had a wonderful time. It was an amazing year. I feel that, you know, I'm handing my crown to two wonderful ladies. Reina Calle Abajo, Reina Calle Arriba. They're going to do amazing with the crown, and they're going to do more than what I done. So I'm happy to just give my crowns to them. So.
Okay, good, fantastic. Well, I'm pretty sure you did an excellent job.
Thank you. I did. I tried my best. Yes. I tried.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much, and it's great to see you again. Yes.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you here, and we're very happy and very proud.
Thank you, thank you, thank
you.
Yeah.
Estas dos hermosas que ganaron la noche. ¡Wow! ¡Un aplauso de bienvenida! A ver, el premio más. Isabel y Sanguín van a sacar a los caballeros de la tarde también para bailar obligatoriamente. Choque de bellezas. Aquí vemos a la reina saliente con la reina de Calle Abajo. Sí. Tanny. Tenemos hermosas, bellas, reinas de Caribe esta noche. ¡Wow! Ganadora de Panamá, Ruta Mundial en Tampa, Florida, 2018. ¡Un aplauso! ¡Aplauso de la única que se escuche! A cualquier caballero, Isabela también, o que le den pena, saquen a los caballeros a bailar. Parecen para cosas que parecen para cosas. Ahora nuestras hermosas reinas a gozar la Cuba de Cabal.
I love music and everything that has to do with entertainment.
With music and entertaining. So, Teddy, look, you and I have had a lot of joyful laughs, but let's get down to seriousness, because part of this show is I want to promote positivity at all times. And one of the things I want to talk to you about is the situation going on now with Afro-Latina. For example, Dominican Republic, people that are African American or African descent. I'm sorry, I do apologize. People that are of African descent are claiming they're not African. There's something else. And that's something you, as a representative for Afro-Latina, you know a lot about that. Open our eyes and tell us why you think people deny their African side.
Well, it's a difficult situation when you're in the middle of a position where you are ignorant about the facts. I think knowledge is power.
Yes.
And like I can tell you about my experience, because saying that I'm Afro-Latina or what, it's just a label that really it doesn't represent the same for everybody.
Right.
But in my case it means that I hold on to cultural backgrounds that don't make me better than anybody else or less than anybody else.
Yes.
Just allows me to understand better when Juneann tells me about chicken curry versus a curry chicken. What does she mean? And how does she feel about that, and how passionate she is about it?
Yes.
But then if I go to a Latino party, how the Latinos feel about their arroz con pollo or their music or the salsa, you know, I can understand better because I have that information.
Right.
But if we don't learn that in school, and all we learn is one page about, a picture of black people tied to chains.
Yes.
As a kid, and I remember going to school with social studies, third grade, and that was the first image that I saw of people my color and understanding where I was coming from. It makes you feel a little bit embarrassed, and I feel that that's probably the problem that they have. But once you go back and understand really what happened back then,
Right.
and that we are the survivors of a strong
people,
culture, a
Yes.
strong nation, a
Yes.
strong continent. We are, Africa is the first continent where all the population started. You start understanding that there's a lot of things to be proud of, It doesn't matter what people say, it's what you are. When if you're Caribbean, from Trinidad to from Barbados, from Jamaica,
Right.
you play those drums, and those skirts are the same, and that movement of the hip. Dominican
Right.
Republic is the same. So when Dominicans come to the United States, I believe they might think that people see them as white or just Latino, but a lot of people just see them as black unless they open their
black.
mouth.
Yes.
And
Yes.
me being in New York, they used to tell me, oye, no digas que tú eres negra, tú eres morena. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm morena, I am Latina, yeah, but I'm black.
Yes.
So the race is black, I'm not gonna deny it.
Yes.
But, it's about pride. You have, if you don't know, that's the problem.
Do you not cutting your Tanny? Do you know that one of the things I can relate to that, because I'm from Guyana, but believe it or not, the same thing is happening under a different government. When I grew up back in the 70s, the government that was in power at that time was black.
Mhm.
So everybody was black that had African descent. You claimed yourself to be black, even though you were light the tone. But I found when the government, and this is what I believe is happening in Dominican Republic and with a lot of the other Latina countries.
Yes.
So because of this pressure of racism, and we're not going to go into racism, that's a whole different dialect within itself, but it is a real part of our world. And because of that, I've got family members, and if I tell you how close they are, you'll be like, are you serious? That deny that they're black now, but back when I was little in the 70s, they were black. But because a new government is in, and it's mostly a racist situation going on, unfortunately, let's face it, this is not about racism, this is about true things that's happening in life. Because of that, these people are now claiming, oh, I'm not black. Now, your mother is half black, your father is full black. What does that make you? How can you say you're 90% whatever nationality? And because of that, it's a survival tactic.
Exactly.
So that's what it is.
Exactly.
So that's what I wanted to share. I know it's happening, Anna. And when they do it, if I say I'm black, they're going to treat me totally different. But if I say I'm something else, then it is that I'm okay, I can escape. I'll be allowed to go to the party. I'll be allowed to get the job. I'll be allowed, with not realizing the damage that they're creating. But it's unfortunate for them because I know it's survival. I know for my family members, and I'm pretty sure it started that way back in the 50s and the 60s for the Dominican, not realizing but generations pass, and if you keep feeding that same thing to a black child that don't know that they're black, don't realize that they are, then you wind up in that situation. You're like, no, I'm not black. And it's only because you're trying to save yourself from what you see happening to other black people. Like you said, the only way you saw them was in chains, which is unfortunate. That's part of the racist regime. We have nothing to do with that.
No.
We just continue living our lives. But it's unfortunate that that's why people are doing it. I think they're using it as a survival tactic and passing it on to the children. And sometimes the children don't realize. And the reason I said that is because my daughter was going to school with a Dominican girl. Her hair was this short and very curly, very short to the head. And she kept going, no, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. And I go, oh. And so I went up to her one day and I said, I'm Guyanese, but guess what? I'm black. And she looked at me as if to say, huh? I'm Guyanese, I'm black. You're Dominican, but you're black. I'm speaking with who you are and your nationality. And that's what you are. And most people don't understand it. But I'll let you speak on that. Yes.
You're right. And talking about that is, I think what they want to try to do is differentiate themselves from the African American culture and actually specify that they're Dominican.
Right. And my dad is actually Caribbean. Yeah. So I get the legacy of saying I'm Caribbean and to say I'm South American. I'm not Latina South American because we're the only English-speaking country in South America. Really and truly, we're in South America, but we're not considered a Latin country, even though we're in a Latin hemisphere. But that's soon going to change, because now we've got a ton of Brazilians and Venezuelans and Cubans. So that's soon going to change in terms of that. Yes. But listen, I want to talk to you on something even more in depth. And we're going to take this time to call it Trending Topics. We're going to talk about the reality TV world, right? Ooh. We're going to switch to that. And the reason I wanted it, because it's along this line of what we're talking about. So for those of you who watch
the Love and Hip Hop Show Atlanta,
and there's a series that just went by last week, and this is hot. Everybody's talking about it. And it's one of the reasons I have my Afro-Latina friend here. This particular topic hits a dynamic that it's going on right now in our culture, right? And what that is Erica Mena, called Spice. And for those of you who don't know Spice, she's a reggae singer, but please watch the hip hop show. And she called her a blue monkey. This is enraged. And really, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to throw labels, because this is not negativity. We're not trying to focus on that. We're talking about real world situations that happen. And so Erica called her, in a heat of passion, a heat of anger, a fit of anger, a blue monkey. Now the world is addressing that, and everybody's like, fire her, and she is fired officially from off of the show. However, as human beings, we tend to say things sometimes so we would not normally say on a regular basis. And I'm going to say something, somebody's going to be like, how dare you? She's a Scorpio. And I happen to know Scorpios. Scorpios get angry very quick, and sometimes they say things that they can't take back. And for her, I think she said that. Now, never mind, she was married to a black man, has black children, and her husband's Jamaican, and Spice is Jamaican. And she called her a blue monkey. Now, that was something that enraged our society, enraged the people in the culture. Tell me, as a Afro-Latina, what is your take on that?
Well, there's no need. Like I said, nobody's better than anybody.
Right.
So if sometimes I think that people feel intimidated in a way for you to put your foot and make yourself feel better, you try to bring down your own as women. We should just support each other and not, have this type of nonsense. I think it's distraction. For me, that's distraction.
Right. Well, what is your take on Erica saying that? Do you feel that in the heat of anger, the culture should allow her to escape from saying that and just say, hey, she was just upset, and give her a chance? Or should it be that something they should address? Or should there be anything addressed? This woman is Afro-Latina, and in that case, she has African in her blood. And so does Spice have African. She's a full African in this case. Do you think that that's something that should be accepted? How should we deal with this as a culture? How should we deal with this?
It should be addressed. It's just like if you do something wrong, there should be an apology, a heartfelt apology. So, there's no reason. There is no reason. Not with the, and I don't, there's sometimes that cancel culture can be a little bit too cruel.
Yes.
But, as a woman of good, you should do the right thing. Right. You should do the right thing.
Now, my take on it, as I would call myself an African American because I'm from South America, and black, or we don't say Afro here. Overseas, we say Afro.
Yes.
But I feel that as human beings, and this is just not picking up for anybody, I don't want to focus on the negative. As human beings, we ought to be able to forgive each other. Now, I'm not saying that Spice need to develop a relationship with her. Granted, yes, it was something in her spirit because it came out too quick. However, as human beings, we should allow each other the opportunity to make mistakes. And that's for all, whether you're black, white, blue, green, Hispanic, whoever you are, we should allow each other the opportunities to make mistakes. So I don't think she should be canceled, even though I think that that's what they're planning to do, is cancel her. I don't think that that should happen to her. A deep, heartfelt apology should be done. This woman was married to an African man. Her children now are mostly African because she's Afro-Latina and he is a full-fledged African, when I say that, Jamaican black man.
Wow.
So her children, the only thing that I feel bad for her for is that that video is going to be on and her children are going to see it. So we have to be careful and mindful that when we're out in culture and we're out, especially on camera, that we're not saying things that we can't take back.
It stays. That's why I'm trying to make sure I say the right things here.
Right.
Because those things come back and haunt you.
Right.
We used to say stuff and we used to take stuff. I've heard all of it.
Right.
I have heard every one of those crazy insults. And that made my skin thicker. But this new generation is not the same. But it's not because of that, it makes it right.
Yes.
And it's, an insult is an insult. And if there's an insult, there should be an apology.
Yeah. However, she was already fired from the program. And
Yes.
the unfortunate thing now is that it's affected her pockets. And so for us, we have to learn as human beings, regardless of what nationality you are, that we have to be mindful of what we're saying in public. Things that we're saying in private, it's different. But when you say it in private, sometimes it spew over into public.
Yes.
And look, I want to say, we're going to come out of here and we're going to take some time. Let's actually take a break. And I'm going to speak to my producer. We want to run a little bit on her because we're doing a follow-up on my producer to see how she's coming along with her weight loss journey. Let's take a break and talk to Carolyn for a minute.
Awesome.
Carolyn, why are you still sitting there?
Oh, so you're the producer, right?
She's the producer.
Yay!
And she's lost weight.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh.
So welcome back. And as you can see, somebody has joined us. My producer. Listen, Carolyn, you have been doing good. I have to shake your hand.
Thank you.
You have been doing well. Yes.
Yay.
Let's take a look at some of the stuff Carolyn is doing.
So Carolyn has added water aerobics among the exercises that she's doing besides walking and changing her diet. I'm so proud of her. She's doing what she has to do in order to accomplish her goal. Her neighbors has joined her and is even now giving her compliments. Listen.
You too young to be stopping now. You look way too young to be stopping. You got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, this is Lady Carolyn. I'm so glad you guys are still following me. I want to report that I'm down 1 more pound. So I lost 5 pounds. But
Okay, maybe she doesn't look too happy eating her meal, but you know what? She's eating. So let's give her kudos for that.
And Carolyn, I'm proud of you.
I know.
You're in the pool.
Yeah, I'm in the pool.
You're walking.
I'm walking. I walk.
Wait. I heard you're in the pole.
Yeah.
Pool.
Oh, and not in the pole?
The pool. Not the pole. Not yet.
I heard she's in the pole. Listen, that's a good workout, though.
It is a good workout.
But what type of pole are you talking about, Juneann?
No, you know what? I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you say you heard in the pool.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you say it. Right. So you're in the pool.
I'm in the pool. I'm doing water aerobics, and as you see, that I've been doing water aerobics.
Yes.
I've been walking, and I want to share what has been helping me. I enjoy nature.
Yes.
So one of the some of the places I've been walking with peacocks.
Oh wow.
Where I live, there are peacocks that just walk the ground. Ducks walk everywhere.
Yeah.
I've been walking, on the beach, by lakes. So one of the things about being a producer of the Juneann Lewis show, one of my jobs is to find guests and to interview folks. So I take that opportunity to meet individuals while I'm walking. And so on YouTube, there was a gentleman that was following me because people are following me.
Yes.
And he was just encouraging me. He's like, oh my God, I've seen you. How long you been doing this? I said, it's only been 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I've lost 5 pounds.
Stand up, let everybody see that. Woo!
I've lost 5 pounds.
Let them see.
I'm losing inches.
Yes.
As you guys can see,
Yes.
you can see that I'm losing inches.
Yes, I can see that.
And this gentleman just was encouraging me, and I posted the video, and I had 2.2K people view it and are following me. And not only that, I want to encourage someone because someone encouraged me through that video.
Yes.
She said, don't let the scale be your victory. Let the fact that you can now wear a shirt you couldn't wear. I can walk a little further than I used to.
Yes.
I can do a lot of things. Maybe the pole is coming. But the pole is coming. But my stamina is building up. You know,
You know,
so, and I was so encouraged
Right.
by that, those words of
right.
encouragement.
And it's evident as we see you walking, Carolyn, that you have lost that weight, and you're walking more erect.
Yes.
As I said,
Did you
she's
notice
walking,
that too?
Yes, she's walking more erect rather than the lean. So
Yes.
So
Question: Are you changing your diet now?
I am so, yes.
Yeah.
And I
Yes,
have
go
some
ahead.
food videos. I have my meal
good.
videos.
Okay.
I first changed my mindset. First, I have to see myself how I want to see myself.
Yes.
I have to change the way I think about food and my relationship with food. So now I have a relationship with spinach. But yes, I have changed the way that I eat. I don't look at it as a diet. I look at it
It's a
as a lifestyle change.
Yes.
And yes, I mean, I know everyone has their own way of how they track food, but I am counting the 1,500 calories, and I do keep a calorie tracker because it's not only fun for me, it keeps me accountable.
Yeah.
It keeps me accountable for what I eat.
Yikes.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Carolyn.
you, guys.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
sharing
for being
that.
here. Yes. Thank you for being
You're
here.
now my bestie, and I need to meet your chef.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you, ladies.
All right, thank you. So y'all know me with my Cersei, and this is a new growth, a new bunch that I've got, and this is going to be within the next 4 weeks or so. I'll have fruit from here, and I'll probably harvest this in October. All right, let's go.
So welcome everyone to Juneann's Get to Know Me segment.
Juneann's Get to Know Me segment. This is Juneann's Get to Know Me segment, and this is part of reality. I'm telling you about my life, the reality of my life. And sometimes you'll see me out on the road, being real and being who I am. You'll see me in my house, being real and being who I am, as well as some of my guests will bring them on in a real sense, where we're not sitting in a studio. This is my house. I'm just having a conversation with my daughter.
Always have real conversations.
And we have real conversations.
All the time.
And we decided, you know what? Why not take some of these conversations that we have? Because her and I live together, and in the sense that we're roommates. And I don't know, she don't want me to tell you that. But anyway, we live in the same darn house.
Listen,
I don't know what this
why she feels the need to say that, I don't know.
Anti-ways. So I just want to share, because her and I have the best conversation. Even when my other daughter comes to, we sit down, I have some conversation. When I get with my son, I tell him, but he's a guy, and he doesn't really get into it too much.
But me and you probably have the toughest conversations.
Yeah, we have some serious
So
conversations.
those real vulnerable conversations,
right. And we
for sure.
why not share our conversations with you guys? That's the reality part of us. So we'll do that with some of our guests too. We'll be really in their world, finding out about them on the real side, seeing stuff with their family, because that's what TV is. It's reality TV, and we want it to be TV with a twist, talk show with a twist, that we bring in real part of our lives. For me, I love gardening. I like the Cersei, and I tell you. Look, I drink Cersei all the time.
No, every day. Probably, how many times a day do you drink it?
At least twice.
At least, they always say to drink it twice, because it says that it's a blood purifier. So can you imagine drinking it more? I mean, listen.
Sometimes I drink it
Why do you think this lady's skin looks so great? It purifies your blood. So imagine her blood.
Listen, I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why I drink Cersei every day.
Okay.
Besides trying to fight diabetes, I drink Cersei every day because people don't realize these phones and all this radiation we have in our bodies, we are collected every day, especially if you hold that phone in your hand and you're in front of a laptop or you're in front of a TV, in front of all those things. It is impurities in our blood, it's radiation. And so the Cersei helped that. So that's the benefit of me using Cersei. So
Yes.
But yeah.
Well, you know what? Listen, I'll be honest with you. When we were kids, we were kicking and screaming not to drink Cersei.
But that's why I told y'all are gonna, when you get older, y'all are gonna wish that you did listen to me.
You know what?
Which is why I had to get the belt.
I didn't want to tell her to say that.
Well, I'll tell her myself. You don't have to.
Listen, she got the belt. Now, whether she had to use it or not, it's a different story, because
I think I had to use it on you, or at least very close to using it on you.
Listen, what it would be like is, I got to tell you a story.
Okay.
You don't even know. Elisa, Daniel, and I used to actually be smelling the bush
from
upstairs, and we would be almost in tears with each other, like, "Oh my gosh, you're making bush! What can we do to get away?" Like, what can we do? We were scheming together, trying to figure out what can we do to get away from this lady, because she has a bush. And we know when we go downstairs, when she has a bush, she's going to have the belt right next to her, because she knows we give her a hard time.
No, not all of y'all. Danny used to drink his bush.
Stop.
For real. Danny used to come pick up the cup. Sure, he used to drink too fast.
Well, he's a
Sure,
different
Danny.
beast, okay? He honestly, listen, we used to call him Mikey. Why?
Why? Because he ate everything. But yeah, for that particular reason. And then Elisa will be the second one. She'd be like, you would be the worst. I literally have to hold the belt over you and act like I'm going to spank you. What I told him I might have to spank one time.
I think I might get a lick on the hand.
Yeah, a lick. You had to get at least a lick. And then you would drink. Boo.
Crying and everything like that.
But you know, that's what my parents did. My dad.
But did your parents bring you up on that?
Well, my mom left, remember? I told y'all, your grandmother left.
Well, who actually got you into Cersei? Like, who was it in your life that made you like how did you know this plant right here has such great healing properties? How did that happen?
So
Where'd
I
that start?
don't know. Listen, I know I'm a Christian, but I have to say I believe in reincarnation because, for real, no joke. I think I was somebody before that used to deal with herbs and different things because as a little girl, everybody, all the little young cousins and everybody, when we would visit my aunt and even at home, they didn't like, we call it in Guyana, Corilla.
Yeah.
Not Cersei, Corilla. They didn't like Corilla. And I loved it. I loved that bitter taste. And so even when my dad had the farm, and we had Corilla, we had different bushes on there, sweet broom and kongapong and all those things. Nobody didn't want to drink it.
I wonder if you had a deficiency.
I don't know what I
because
had.
Honestly, because I look at the same reason why I used to love eating dirt when I was a kid.
No, it might have been
because I had a deficiency.
Right.
I can't remember what it was. What they said is when you crave dirt, what that deficiency is, but it'd be the same thing for you.
Yeah.
But I wonder as well when your mom, when you were younger, you said that they had trouble having you. Right?
Right.
And I wonder in your bottle if they had put Cersei.
No, they didn't have trouble having me. My mother had 4 boys before. Yeah, 4 boys before she had. And so she wanted a girl. Mm-hmm. She never went to the hospital when she was having myself and my brother, which she didn't know she was having when she was pregnant. This time is what I gotta say. And so, but she was hoping for a girl. And so what happened was...
And back then they didn't have ultrasound. So you just find out when you have the baby.
Well, I don't know if they did, but maybe, I don't know what they would have done. But
were we ultrasound?
Yes, when I was having you...
I didn't know if back then they did.
I'm not even going to
just be honest.
Woo, this one, she's special sometimes. But anyway, but for real, I was only 30-something years there. Okay. Anyway, my whole point is, so they did not know that she was having 2 children. She didn't even know she was having 2. So when she went to the hospital and had the baby, of course, a boy came. I'm pretty sure that woman was disappointed. That's why I always say, y'all, I know I'm anointed and I know I'm special because I know I came into this world a special way. Half an hour.
God popped you in last minute.
I think that's what he did. She think that they might have think it was 2 the whole time, but I think God just felt sorry for her. I said, you know what? I see the disappointment on this woman's face. Let me put this one in. I didn't even get a chance to develop really yet. When they took me up, I was very tiny and underdeveloped.
Yeah.
And so they
Did you have to stay in the hospital?
I don't know if they had me stay in the hospital. I probably did. My mom never told me that one.
Okay.
But what I know is that I was very underdeveloped. And so they had to take special care of me, do special stuff with me. And somebody said...
So who knows if they gave you herbs? And that's why you may have...
You know, that might have been it too. They might have given me different herbs, which is why
your body was so used to it.
My body was used to it. You know, you might have hit on something to you that I didn't even think about all this time.
You know? Yeah.
Because I generally like bitter. I generally like stuff that's bittersweet. I love that. And so when all the other kids didn't want it, I would take it from their plate. Now, I hated porridge and porridge rice and
the
rice
normal things that people would usually eat. She didn't like to eat.
No, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So they might have been giving me herbs because back in those days, they used to call them this whatever ladies, and they would take it, they put your face over rice, and Lord knows what else they did. But anyway, this is what somebody told me. But so they gave me whatever they had to give me, and part of it might have been herbs to make sure that I stay alive, and that's why I crave and desire. So since I was a little girl, It wasn't something that somebody had to give me or beat me or do
Force
anything.
you to drink.
No, they didn't have to force me to do that. Because why? Because I loved it as a child growing up. Until to this day, you know, I'm the only one that would take a piece of aloe vera and eat it just like that, drink Cersei every day, drink it. I don't care how bitter it is. The bitter it is, I actually do like it. Because for me, I think about it purifying my blood and doing what it needs to do. Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah,
I
feel you.
And so for y'all didn't have that type of life, so that's why. And I think so. Tia, I have to research that one to find out. I don't know who in the family will be able to tell me.
Probably Auntie Creed.
Probably her.
She might know.
Probably her. Yeah, she might know.
But she was young back then, so she might be living her own life. So who knows?
No, she used to be my babysitter. I think. She
Oh,
used to
really?
babysit her.
Oh,
yeah,
my
a couple of them
gosh.
they used to babysit.
Get out of
me.
here. Okay,
Yeah.
that would be the person
But
asked. Then you know.
But that's it. But yeah, this. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Back to the show. And listen, wasn't that wonderful?
So that's it for now, guys. We're gonna have to do a part 2 on this, on Tanny the recording artist, Tanny the singer. This woman is so deep and so dynamic. You guys are gonna love her. So see you next week.
Dos besos.